What up? What up? What up? We back. We back. We back in the building. The Progression Podcast, man. I'm your host, 007, man. And it feels so good to be back with you. It's been a great day, great week, great month, great year. And I'm just glad that God woke me up this morning to give you what He gave me to give you. It's going to be a great show, man. I'm going to get right into it, man. You know, my first scripture, I always say, 2 Corinthians 5:17, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things have become brand new. Hey, man, this is going to be a good one, man. I want to get right into it, man. The name of this is called Follow the Recipe. Follow the recipe, man. Look, sometimes, we have these, we taste these things, and they taste so good, and we want to do it ourselves, and we want to have it ourselves. Want to have it at home. You had it at the restaurant. You had it for yourself. You want to try it yourself and see if you can make it too. So I'm gonna get right into it, man, and get off this right quick. Follow the recipe. Follow the recipe, man. So, look, I'm going to have to go right to my Bible scripture. My Bible scripture comes from Proverbs 16:20. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 20. Those who listen to instruction will prosper. Those who trust the Lord will be joyful. Some versions say, those who follow the instruction, follow instructions, right? So understand this, excuse me. When we in Proverbs, if you in Proverbs, it's serious. Listen to instruction, follow instruction of people that you want to, emulate, or things you want to emulate, right? So my first rule to this, right? My first rule to this is rule number one. Your condition is a direct reflect of your decisions. Your condition is a direct reflection of your decisions. Now, back in the days, a dude used to tell me about rewards, awards, right? And, you can win a basketball game, you can win the championship, and you get rewarded with a ring. You get rewarded with a trophy. You get all these rewards. And it's the same thing with the decisions you make. You get rewards for them. Now, I made a decision one time to rob a bank. I got my reward. And my reward and award was the penitentiary. I did time in the federal pen. That was my reward. So when I was in there, I saw that my conditions, I was in that cell, you know, uh, bunking with a dude, uh, really in a big old place with a whole bunch of dudes, which is not my lifestyle, supposedly. But the decision I made created the condition I was in. The decision I made created the condition I was in. Now, your condition right now, it might be that you just got out of penitentiary and you're trying to make it, right? And then you say, man, it's just hard. Golly, man, it's just hard. I can't get the right job. I'm not making the money. The condition, sometimes atonement has to set in, and you got to atone for the things that you did. Is no killing no calf or killing the sheep or anything. Now you gotta do what you gotta do. But understand, once you get it in your brain that the decisions that you made determines the condition you're in, right? So I had to see it for myself. Now, right now, and I'm gonna be real honest, I'm in a great condition. God has allowed me, man, to see fit to raise my kids, uh, have a wife, I have a good career, I have a lot of things going for me, right? And I have a good mind. My mind is right, right? See, the money was coming, but my mind wasn't right. I don't care how much money you get. Like they say, get your money right. Now, first get your mind right. Because if you get the money, like the Bible say, a fool and his money will soon part. And that's what happened. It soon part. And I found myself broke, BROKE, in the penitentiary, right? So rule number one, your condition is a direct reflect of your decisions. Rule number two, states your destiny will meet you at the level of your determination. Your destiny will meet you at the level of your determination. You have to be determined to make it. You have to be determined to go the extra mile, right? Because if you do go the extra mile, you'll see your destiny, right? I'm a living witness, man. I was determined. I was determined to be a rapper. I remember I think I was 16 years old. Me and E-Rock and Richard, we were sitting on our porch, man. I say, man, I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna fly places. I'm gonna do that. And I was determined to do that. I remember one time we was going to the club, and we was going to the club early. And I was going to the club, and we had a whole bunch of dudes with us. Derek, all of us was together riding in the car. I say, hey man, if you see that Benz up there at that shop, if I see that Benz, man, stop this car. I ain't going to the club. I'm going over there to holler at these rapper like cats. Because I'm determined to rap. I'm determined to get a deal. And you know what? That night, I saw that Benz. I said, hey man, stop this car. I don't need to go holler at no bras. I don't need to have a few drinks, even though we weren't even drinking in the club because we was too young. We were just getting in Club Underground. I remember was it Antoine? Yeah, Antoine Club Underground. I said, stop this car. Let me get out. I'm determined to make this. So I saw it, and I ended up getting on tours, on everything, going overseas, everything, man, going all over the country, rapping, doing what I love, right? And the same thing happened when I got out of prison. When I got out of prison, I saw my determination turn another way. And my determination was to go back and help my fellow brothers, my brethren, my homeboys while that's locked up. And I was determined to get in the prisons. I was determined to get in the counties. And I did it. And I did it with the grace of God and the help of God. God sending me all these people. Hey, man, I got right back in there to talk to the brothers, encourage the brothers, to tell them that there's a better way, and a way out here, man, you can do it, man. I know you can do it, man. And that was my destiny. I met it. And I'm not there already. I'm not there. I'm almost there though, but I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I ever be there, but I'm doing what I love, doing what I love to do. Even this podcast, man, I'm doing what I love. My destiny is to help, right? Rule number 3, success and failure is not an accident. Let me start with the first one. I'm going to start with the first. Hide this. Success is not an accident, right? I don't know nobody that got a whole bunch of money in the bank and just rich that said, you know what? You ask them, how did you get your money? He say, I don't know. It just showed up, and it just be here. I don't know. It just accumulate too. I don't know how I got it. No, they know exactly how they got it. They know exactly what it took to get it. They know exactly what to do to keep it, right? So, like I say, success is not an accident. Now, go back into it. The second part, failure is not an accident. Failure is not an accident. You don't just luck up and fail. It's some things that you did, it's some things you didn't listen to. Some people, they just ain't trying to hear it. And so I remember one time we was talking to some cats that was under the bridge, and we used to have a church under the bridge with the homeless cats. And one cat said, "Hey, I just didn't want to listen to sound advice, and that's why I'm out here, right?" And I say, "Now you're listening, we finna get you right." So I haven't seen that dude in years, but I'm sure we shared the gospel with him, man. And maybe he changed his life, but at least we shared the gospel. It might not work. I follow this recipe. I'm following this recipe that God has given me, right? It might not come out how I tasted it in the restaurant. It might not come out. I might put every ingredient he told me to put in there. Might not taste like that, but I tried. I tried to get it. And I bet you it'll taste something like it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm going to explain this thing. Follow the recipe. It's a lot of people that are successful, right? And it's a lot of people that are succeeding, right? And a lot of us like to network with people that are successful and upper. But I think the best way to do it is reach across to some cats that are relevant to what you're doing. Relevant to what you're doing. Reach across and say, "Hey, man, we can come up together." You know what I'm saying? It's coming up together. That's what I think. I think reaching across instead of reaching up. Hey, pull your brothers up and you get a team together. You get a team together. My last thoughts. It was good, man. I'm glad that you gave me a chance to come into your Apple Podcasts, your living rooms, or wherever you listen to podcasts at, man, to give you the recipe, right? So my last thoughts, right? Don't let pride hold you back. And I don't like to write a lot of that stuff on this screen or say a lot of it, but I'm saying don't let pride hold you back from asking questions to people that are succeeding in the realm that you want to be in. Do not let pride hold you back from asking, peeping, gleaning, learning from the cats that are making it, that are succeeding, that are relevant to what you're doing. Because there's a lot of cats that's doing what I'm doing, man, and I talk to them all the time, and I get advice and all that stuff from them, man. And sometimes they say, "Hey, man, you looking good, man. Well, how you doing that?" And I say, "Well, I tell them short, step by step what I'm doing, because if I can help somebody else will help me, right?" Like I say, don't let pride hold you back. Follow the recipe, man. Leave your comments, man. Hey, it's been a great whole year that I've been doing this podcast, man, and I'm great. I feel great about it, man, and I hope that all of y'all will understand where I'm coming from. Now, I'm gonna go back quick. Follow the recipe. Those who listen to instruction will prosper. Those who trust the Lord will be joyful, and I'm happy, man. Rule number 1, your condition is a direct reflect of your decisions. Rule number 2, your destiny will meet you at the level of your determination. Number 3, success and failure is not an accident. Don't let your pride hold you back. It's 007, man. I love y'all, man. Don't let your yesterday kill your tomorrow. God can blow your mind if you